The difference between a boyfriend and a best friend is intimacy. Whoever I choose to have intimacy with has no business with whoever I want to get advice from.
So you're basically saying your boyfriend is a hookup?
And the women carry not just financial burden, they carry emotional burden.
Okay.
They even down to spiritual, because when I don't marry, I'm praying for 2, not 1. Do you know what that is?
What makes you think the man doesn't pray? What makes you think men don't have emotional burdens? So at the beginning, where do you get your numbers from?
Between your mom and your dad, who is the prayerful one?
My dad.
You're lying because you want to just counter.
You just call me a liar.
Yes, because you're not telling yourself that you're not.
Do you know my dad?
See,
have you met my mom?
I have not met your
Today, a single goes head to head with 3 blind dates as he debates them to find his ideal match.
From everything you've said now, it seems you have the mindset of marrying a poor man.
A poor man, like how?
Will you find a spark, or will clashing views get in the way?
Hi guys, my name is Stanley. I believe attraction is easy, but compatibility is right. So I like me a woman who is mentally active and able to hold a conversation. Join me as I debate my dates and see what happens. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Tiana.
Where are you from?
Ogun State.
I love your hair, actually.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So, let me ask. So my session is this. A man and a woman cannot just be friends without anything happening or without having feelings or developing some sort of bond between them.
So, some sort of bonds, right? Mine, I'm the only girl in my family.
Okay.
I have my brothers, I have my uncles staying with me. So you don't expect me to like be used to being with ladies. So I have to like be friends with male, like, because I'm used to being friends with male, because most of my friends are male. Are you telling me that I shouldn't make friends because I want to be in a relationship?
So are you telling me that if your boyfriend was closer to another girl than you, you'd be comfortable with that?
You tell me what's going on between the 2 of you, and same thing goes to me, because I can't just be with a friend and you with a guy, then you don't know what's going on. Like, I have to clear you, like, okay, this is what's going on, this is my friend, and I don't need to be in a closed environment, like a not an open space. I need to be in an open space with him, like talk to him, and if you're there in front of you, like, it's normal, it's a normal friendship thing. So you don't expect me to be like, oh, I because of my boyfriend said I shouldn't be with my best friend or my friend as a male, because I'm in a relationship, I shouldn't be with a guy or something.
I know you actually just made it sound very interesting when you use the word best friend. Did you tell me why you have a best friend that's a man when you have a boyfriend? So what's the best about him?
Just for advice. Like, have you heard
your boyfriend can advise you?
Homeboy. Have you heard about homeboy?
And your boyfriend is not your homeboy?
It can be my homeboy, actually.
And he cannot. So what advice is your best friend? You can be part of my homeboy. That's what I'm saying. If you want to have a conversation, you can be included to it. So you're making it sound like an option. I can be, or I cannot be. Yes, you can
always be. Like, you can be. It's a thing, because we are dating, right? We are dating.
Supposedly.
So you can be part of the conversations. Yeah.
I don't understand. See, how is that even possible? Make it make sense. You have a best friend, man, and a boyfriend, man. So what exactly how are you supposed to, Jesus, how do you react to having a man you trust more than your boyfriend? So if you trust him so much as a best friend, make him your boyfriend and let's have peace. I don't get it now. So I hear you, but I don't hear you actually. To say it, from what you said, there's no problem having a male best friend.
Yeah.
Or your partner having a female best friend.
Yes.
So you have a boyfriend who has a female best friend, and then you come in one day and she's cooking, or you're on a call and you hear, I'm like, oh yeah, my besties, and she's just making me lunch.
It's just a normal thing. Just, you know, your own boy, you're just feeling like, okay, this is my brother.
That's it, thank you.
Okay. Well, I can be friends with a guy because he's just like my brother. Let me just put it that way. Because I can confide in him in some kind of aspects, but not sexually, like I said. Because he can't touch me in some kind of way that it doesn't pleases me or pleases me being in a relationship with somebody. So I just feel that I can be friends with a guy, per se.
Hello. Oh, what's your name?
Promise.
Where are you from?
Abia State.
Nice. I like about people. When someone from there once.
Nice.
Yeah. So, my belief is that it's very impossible for a man and a woman to just be friends without any strings attached. What do you think?
Wow. So first of all, do you have a female friend?
Yeah.
So are you telling me that you have something interior, like a sexual relationship with your female friend?
Well, does it have to be sexual?
Do you have a sexual relationship with your female friend?
Does it have to be sexual?
No, I'm asking, just answer the question first. Do you?
No.
No. So what would have prompted you distrust for me or your girlfriend having a male friend? If there is nothing sexual in friendship, so what exactly is your doubt? What exactly is your problem with that?
So you're telling me that if you had a man who suddenly becomes very close with another woman, you'd be absolutely comfortable with that?
I believe that if I have a man, I probably would have known his friends by then. But if he's a new friend, any man that comes to you and you already know his friendship level with other females, because we're focusing on my friend or my boyfriend having a female friend like that, I would have known his female friends and I would have been comfortable. But if he's making new friends, I believe that he would also tell me. That is where trust comes. For you to have a problem with your partner having a friend from opposite sex, friendship means that you don't trust your partner, and it starts from your own personal problem.
So let's make this a bit more interesting. So you're telling me it's okay to have a best friend who's an opposite gender, even though you're in a relationship?
Yes, we've had several examples that we know, popular examples.
Yeah, based on what we see, we don't know what happens behind the scene.
Okay.
Yes, because what you're telling me is, so my understanding of, if you have a best friend, yeah, your best friend is the person who knows you better than anyone else.
Yeah.
You should be, yes? Your best friend is the first person you run to if you have a problem. Yes? Your best friend is also the person that gives you the best advice supposedly you should follow and listen to. So if this role belongs to your best friend, who is a guy, by the way, what then is your boyfriend supposed to be doing?
Do you know that the word
question,
the best friend? No, I'm going to answer, but I'm going to tell you that best friend is just a title, because if we tell ourselves the truth, there's several people in your life that you do all of those things with.
No, well, I just
would not call them your best friend.
Hold on, I just outlined the roles, and you agreed that this.
No, I'm saying other people play that role.
No, hold on. I said this are supposedly what best friends should do for us. Your parents' advice. No, but I asked you. You agreed just now.
You're saying it. I'm saying the best friend does that. Other people do too.
No, but I asked you just now, and you agreed. First, okay. Fine. For the better of it, I agree with you that okay, there are other people in your life that will also advise you. There are other people in your life you go to for advice. So what I'm saying is this: what exactly do you have to discuss with your best friend, or go to your best friend for, that you cannot discuss or talk to your boyfriend about? You spoke about trust. So if you do not trust him enough to be open and vulnerable about certain things, but you trust another guy, supposedly who's your best friend, to do that, how then does that align and balance if you're talking about trust?
Listening to you, what I'm saying is insecurity issues. Really? That's the point. That's the thing. You're really insecure. That's why you have to praise that. Because
so I think she's looking for a yes boy. She's looking for a simp, and I'm not a simp. So she wants a man that doesn't have an opinion or doesn't have a say. And I stand by it. I would not have a partner who has a best friend that's male. Not because I don't trust you. Generally, I feel your partner should be your best friend. If I'm dating you, you are my best friend. There's nothing I'm discussing with a third party that I can't discuss with you, except it's something with family and I'm discussing with my family. Even at that, you still be aware. So I don't buy the idea of having someone who is closer to you as a friend than your partner. If you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend and then you have a best friend that's supposedly closer to you than that person, then they should be your partner. So if someone sees that as me being insecure, why not? I might hit the red button again.
Well, I think anyone that has a problem with his woman being friends with and the opposite sex is definitely insecure, and it might actually come from maybe previous relationships. Maybe it doesn't go well, because I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And if you check that man, maybe he also has a female friend. If you have a female friend and you are platonic with your female friend, so why can't your partner have a male friend and be platonic with their friend? So I don't see why there should be a problem with that, except you're insecure about your relationship with your partner.
Hello.
Hello.
Love your hair.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Kim.
So my assertion is this. A man and a woman cannot just be friends. I feel like at some point, someone with developed feelings or boundaries will get compromised at some point.
Okay, the thing is this. The difference between a boyfriend and a best friend is intimacy. So intimacy has to know, whoever I choose to have intimacy with has no business with whoever I want to get advice from.
So you're basically saying your boyfriend is a hookup?
Now the thing is this.
Hold on.
Okay.
Let's take your weight.
Okay.
The only difference between your boyfriend and your best friend is intimacy.
Yes.
So your boyfriend has no other real value to offer aside intimacy and spending money. That's what you're saying. He has no business with you to take advice from.
I like to define whatever you want to. I believe it's okay to define whatever you want to have with somebody.
Okay.
If you want to have a best friend, there should be boundaries. There should be things you should. Okay, this is what I want you to do. This is what I'm expecting from you. It's different from I want to be your woman. Do you get?
I'm trying to.
Okay. I see this life. I feel like this world is not supposed to be hard as we are taking it. Everybody can be your friend. Yes. But whoever you want to have intimacy, it's not different. Do you get?
So, I'm still lost.
My boyfriend is there. Doesn't mean he has everything I will need.
But why is he your boyfriend? Why is he your boyfriend?
Because he should be my boyfriend. Our bodies are not strong. We should always have somebody to always.
So the only usefulness of having a relationship is intimacy. So if we took out intimacy, say for some reason, if someone invented something and they sprayed it and you can't get intimate until
the fact that I get advice from my boyfriend doesn't mean I need everything I want him to say is what he's saying.
So from the way you're sounding, you're like, oh, when I need him, I see him. When I don't need him, he's just there. I can be with other people. What
if he's not even present in some aspect, just sex? So what? I should wait for him to come and give me advice when I can easily get it. Some men don't act men. Do you get? So I should sit and wait for my man to come and give me advice when I can easily get it from my best friend. Do you understand? Best friend doesn't even have to be like a male. I can have a female best friend.
I'm actually focusing on a male.
Yeah, I can have a male best friend and not have anything to do with my best friend. Just
so
advice.
It means that if your boyfriend is lacking and not manning up, like you said, in certain place, you find someone else to do it. Yeah?
Yes.
Good. I don't even know how people think. I mean, it's sometimes it feels like some of us think on 4K, while some people are on Pentium 2 mode. Because tell me how, I mean, an adult, and I'm telling you that my partner does not have anything, so my best friend that is a girl is smarter than my partner. So when I need someone who's smart, I go to my best friend. And then when I just want intimacy, I come to my partner.
My best friend is not my relative.
Okay.
My boyfriend is not my relative. So whoever I want to get. Okay, what if my best friend is smarter than my boyfriend?
Yeah, why is he not your boyfriend?
No, listen.
Why is he not your boyfriend?
Because I met my boyfriend before him.
That's even worse. You met your boyfriend before someone is your boyfriend. I mean, I think that's it. Okay, like here.
Okay.
I mean, you have a boyfriend and then someone you met after him becomes your best friend. All right. Thank you, Kim. It's nice having you.
You're welcome.
Hi.
Hello.
So tell me, what's the one thing make people misunderstand the most about you?
Maybe first sight I'm kind of harsh or rude by my facial expression.
But you are not.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's move ahead. So my second assertion is this. Yeah. I believe marriage is more beneficial to women.
Really? Haha.
It.
That what you just said now, you can say it back in the days. Nowadays, like we go to school after finishing school, we either like learn and handwork, go to work, come back and like take care of the family. That's a major role for us. Take care of the family, then we'll come back from work, take care of the family, then still take care of you. And all what you have to just do is just to like give us money, like okay, you get this and that, just for the funds. That's what you guys are there for. When you think of lady going to labor and you feel the pain majority. It's a lot. It's a lot traumatizing. Some women some women die in labor, some are stroke in labor. So are you telling me that ladies, we enjoy more in marriage when you guys are just providing for us?
So of all the things you've said, could you tell me one of them you don't do outside of marriage? Before you were married, name of the things you don't do, or women have not done.
We do a lot. We work, we come home
before you were married,
to do house chores, take care of the kids, take them to school, except if the husband is a supportive of husband. So your breakfast, right?
Everything you've said now, it seems you have the mindset of marrying a poor man.
A poor man, like how?
So let me.
Okay, are you telling me that I should accept a maid into my house?
That's on you.
Are you telling me that?
I currently don't wash my clothes. When I don't feel like cooking, I order my meals.
You order your meals, right?
Yes, when I don't feel like cooking.
So you have to.
I have someone who cleans my house. There's a housekeeper that cleans my house. I don't think I'll be married and my wife will be running to the market with the kids tied to her back. Now with these 4 assertions, just correcting the notive of what you already say is the problem in marriage. Now you're saying you don't want a mate, that's on you, yeah. But why do you always think that when you hear marriage, you hear slavery and you hear roles?
It's mostly of slavery.
Hold on, before you married a man, you were with your parents.
Yes, I was with my parents, and that's just a voluntary work.
So let me tell you, I think you're missing the point. I said, I believe that marriage is more beneficial to women than men. Now, a woman can marry up. A man is expected to build up. Do you understand? Most men don't avoid marriage because they are afraid of commitment. It's because most of them know the cost that comes with it. The moment you get married today as a man, your responsibilities multiply by at least 10. Like you've said, the only thing we do is provide funds. The only thing we do is take care of the family. Do you factor how it takes for a man to go out to find those funds? When you talk about marriage, when I say marriage favors women a lot more than men, a lot of women, a lot of them, this is not everybody, their closest escape from poverty and hard life is marriage. You marry up.
That's the one that don't have work. Nowadays, you guys feel like women are meant to like work. That's why now they preach more on ladies working harder, like earning your own money, being your boss. It's preferable for you to be your boss. So tell me that, okay, I'm my boss, even if I'm at home, like I'm taking care of the kids, trying to like make sure that you guys are well fed, clothing and everything, and I'm still behind the back doing my business, and I'll still come back for you, and I'll still give you what you eat at night too. And now, be considerate.
So you're saying that marriage is more beneficial to women than men? Like, I don't understand. We're in Nigeria, you know, right?
So?
And in this setting, in this age and time, in the community as a whole, you clearly think that marriage is more beneficial to women than men. Do you know that most marriages in Nigeria, I'm not saying everything because I know that your examples are going to be coming from the other 10%, but I'm going to give you 90%. Most 90% of marriages in Nigeria, because we're coming down to home, favors the men than the women. And
Where do you get your numbers from? How did you get to 90%?
I got it's quite obvious.
No, you just put data.
I'm not going to say statistics.
No, exactly. They don't quote numbers if you don't have backings. So if you're going to talk to someone like me,
except you're lying to yourself.
No. I'm not.
We both
90%. Where did you get the
and
number
I'll give you
from?
the reasons.
How did you get the number? Where did you get 90% from?
I'm not going to say statistics.
Then don't put numbers. Don't just put numbers.
But even if you check it, Google it will also tell you the same thing.
No, we can quickly do that. No, anyways. But yeah, go ahead. I hear you.
Google it will tell you that.
Okay.
But then let's go to the reasons why I said that.
Okay.
Now, first, for a man in marriage, I think the only burden a man carries when you marry is probably financial burden, which I can say most times the women also carry that burden.
Yes.
And the women carry not just financial burden, they carry emotional burden.
Okay.
They even down to spiritual, because when I don't marry, I'm praying for 2, not 1. Do you know what that is?
So what makes
a woman is
why is the man not praying? What makes you think the man doesn't pray? What makes you think men don't have emotional burdens? So at the beginning, where do you get your numbers from?
Between your mom and your dad, who is the prayerful one?
My dad.
You're lying because you want to just counter this
just
point.
Call me a liar.
Yes, because you're not telling yourself that you're not.
Do you know my dad?
See,
have you met my mom?
I have not met your parents.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
So I think he just wasn't being honest with himself. I get the fact that you want to win an argument. I get the fact that you want to be in charge or be in control. But like the pace at which he responded to that question could tell that he wasn't being told. He didn't even think about it. So he wasn't even being honest. So
for me, yeah, even if we're not there yet and you're already disputing or doubting what I say, especially when it comes to my family, there's a red line we don't cross with my parents. Yeah, and while I of course agree with her to an extent that in most families, in some families, not most, in some families, the mothers pray a lot more than the parents. Our mothers are the ones that are the prayer warriors and pray. I'm not disputing that, but telling me to my face that I'm lying because I said in my family things are different than the society. I mean, that for me is a red flag. That is enough to just hit the red button. Hi, Kim.
Hello.
So tell me, when you meet someone new and you're talking, how comfortable do you need to get before you start discussing intimacy?
Before I start intimacy with anybody, I need to know the person very well. Like, the connection has to be very long. Do you get?
Okay. I mean, I just need to ask anyways. Moving on to my second assertion, which is this. I believe the modern day marriage favors the woman more than the man. I don't think we agree from the face. You heard the expression.
I don't.
Am I telling you why?
You're lying.
Hi.
Hi.
So tell me, would you date someone who earns less than you in the current economy?
Yes.
Why don't you think that's a problem?
Why do I think it's a problem?
Why don't you think that's a problem?
Depending on how much I'm earning.
Yeah,
If I'm earning high, it means at least we have like a higher support system for now.
But he earns less than you.
He earns less than me at the moment does not mean that he cannot earn more later.
Okay, so that brings me to my session then, which is I strongly believe, yeah, that love would survive without money. Doesn't mean money is not important, but I feel like I believe that it can survive without it. Even if you removed money from the equation, for two people who genuinely love each other, I feel like things can still work out.
Well, at this point, I don't even know if we need to have this conversation, because if it gets hot now, you goes for the red. Let's have a conversation. He said he likes a woman that keeps the conversation. I don't think he's actually been honest with that, because I feel like if the conversation is getting hot for him, he likes a woman that keeps a conversation when the conversation is going his way. That's what he should have said, because when it's getting hot, he's uncomfortable. So I don't know. So I will ask him again, is he very sure that he likes a woman that keeps the conversation? That's the question I'll keep for him. So I really don't get the reason why he pressed the button, but it's on him, not me. So
now, love can survive without money. What do you define that to mean? It doesn't play down the importance of love. I'm not telling you don't need money for a marriage relationship to work. I'm not even going essentially to the marriage. Let's not get to the extreme of where you want to get married and there's a family and you're saying you don't have money or you don't have accommodation. Now, this is a context where if you're looking for connection and not some route to escape poverty, are we saying that, oh yeah, you're not working, I'm not working? That's an extreme case. So where I'm earning a certain amount and you're getting a certain amount, or where even today we know the women wants the man, oh, don't date a man who is broke, don't date a man who doesn't have this, don't date a man. So what happens to you having that money and dating a man? Or why don't you become the billionaire a man can date? So why do you have to always say, oh, he has to be this, he has to be able to take care of your needs? What happened to you taking care of your needs?
To some extent, it won't survive, because I feel I should be dating, even if I have money and you are broke. I feel that, okay, you have to have this sense of being as an hustler.
So
you get
he's hustling.
Being an hustler,
now
yes.
Let's understand. Now you are literally almost coming to what I'm saying and where I'm standing. Being a hustler, he's working hard, but hasn't.
Someday it will pay off, right?
So
it will pay off someday. So it won't. It will not work to some extent. It can just be the very first start or something, because it cannot be a long-term thing.
So you don't believe
children will come in.
I know, let's not get to marriage. You're going to that. Like I said.
Do you think only my funds will fund the
So
children's
are you
school
saying that
fees?
love only comes to play when you're married?
Transportation, feeding,
are you saying that love only comes?
Goodies, your clothes.
Are you saying
my
that,
clothes?
Are you saying that love only exists in marriage?
Love only exists in marriage, and come up with, and both parties have to have money.
Do you just to be clear, do you
have to have something that you're doing?
For clarity, do you say and believe that love can only exist in marriage?
Yes.
So the reason I hit the red button is that was when she said love only exists in marriage. And I asked, do you mean like you can only be in love inside of marriage? And she said yes, and I don't know how that makes sense. So how did you get to marriage in the first place? So it means you didn't love the person, or you can't love the person until they marry you. I mean, that doesn't make sense. I'm sorry, that makes no sense. There's no hope.
I don't agree with love existing without money. Okay, the reason is this. Before I even start, what kind of love do you mean should exist without money?
Love, not love with you and your brother. I don't know about them, but general love, romantic love, but not necessarily marriage, anyways. But yeah, love.
Romantic love. Okay. When I meet you, and then we are in a conversation, and then you now want me to come into your life. What do you expect? What do you expect from me?
Definitely no money.
No money. What do you expect?
I said definitely no money. Anything else but money. I expect that you would have some sense of ambition, for example.
Can we eat sense of ambition?
Well, the money you're looking for, where will it come from? If you don't have an ambition, where's the money meant to come from?
I want to ask you.
If you don't have a career, where will the money come from? If you're not able to hold a conversation, what's the essence of money? If you're not emotionally intelligent or mature, what's the essence of money?
So you mean that we will eat emotional intelligence? Or?
So I think you're taking it out of context.
Okay.
I'm not telling you money is not important. I'm not telling you don't need money for a relationship.
But the topic is love exists without money.
Love would survive.
Okay, we survive without money.
So because
I
why
don't believe that, Cha.
You don't believe that. Why do you think? So let me ask you a simple question. Have you heard any story of anywhere, of anybody,
the reason
of people who started with nothing, or two people who met themselves and started dating when supposedly didn't have a lot of money, and after a while became the talk of town or seemed to have a lot of money? Have you ever in any case heard of it, seen it? Not in the movies, in real life.
But then I have something to say.
No, it's not answered my own question. Is there anyone like that? Does anything like that happen? So you believe that everybody that is successful today met themselves as two successful individuals? No,
but I think that except maybe they are pretending. Let me tell you, love, there's expectation in love. Now let me tell you, me now, I like when I'm loved. When somebody loves me, you have to show that you love me, not by words, but then by actions. No, that's not it. Okay. By actions. Do you get? And the action I mean is not just come and give me words of affirmation or money text. You should be able to. I feel like when you love a woman, you should be able to spend on her. And again, if you don't have money, I don't think you should love. So, is that also right for me to expect that if you love me, you should spend on me? Yes. Somebody has to have the money. No. If I have the money. If I have money. No, there's no. Wait. Sorry. If I have money, what I expect when you have money, or let's just say if I love you, what I expect from you is what I'm definitely going to do. So that's how the way I communicate my love is the way I want somebody to communicate love to me. So when I hear you, and I think you're making a lot of sense. So what you're saying is, if I have money, I should only go for a woman that has money to reciprocate my spending on her. That's not it. No, but that's what I'm saying. Because hold on. If you want to love somebody, you should have money to spend on them to prove the love. To prove love, yes. So that means as I'm spending to prove my love, that I should also expect that person to have money to spend on me to prove their love. So it should be vice versa. Is that what you're saying? Yes. So a man that is broke should not love. Yes. And a woman that is broke should not love. Yes. That's what you're saying. Yes. I like that. So guys, I'm back from debating my dates. And this is where I'm supposed to announce and say, yeah, I found someone. Hey, we got it, we're going on a date. And yeah, I think that happened until it didn't happen. I was really looking for that mental compatibility. I said it now. Physically attraction, yes. I mean, they all look good. They had the body, body like tea and all. But
mentally we're just not compatible. So for me, the argument wasn't just, I wasn't arguing to win. It was just engaging to prime mentally to see, okay, how does this person think? What's their processing like? How do they reason? Are they emotional? Can they be logical? What's their thought pattern like? So for me, it wasn't really about trying to see who would agree with me or win over them, but it was just really engaging in that constructive conversation where at the end we can agree to disagree as adults. I'm like, okay, yes, because I mean, we won't always have the same opinion on issues, yeah? So it wasn't about that, but mentally, I just wasn't getting the vibe. There was no click mentally, so I feel like I'll be seen as overreacting or yapping too plenty or being possessive. Unfortunately, guys. So sadly, there's nobody, guys. Unfortunately, my debate didn't go as planned. So no, nobody made it. So we're back on the streets, and I'll see you guys again next time when I debate my dates.